It is the Friday night. It is Neil Atkinson with Kieran Molyneux, with Shaun O'Donnell and John Gibbons. We're in the wonderful Red Lion. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous pub. It's rammed downstairs, absolutely rammed. We're on the Erdinger and we're delighted to be on the Erdinger. John, this city has 2 hours of sun. Just 2 hours of blue sky and sun. We haven't had any for about 6 months. Walking up here from the office to get to the Red Lion, it was like being in some sort. It had been on Ibiza. It was absolute carnage out there. Everyone's just gone fuck it down. You never know when it's going to be sunny again. Should we just get out?
Well, hopefully this is a metaphor for the footy. It just shows how quickly things can change.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Because
I like that.
Because this morning it was blowing a gale. It was wet when I left.
Oh God, it was awful again.
Yeah, it was sort of raining. You're like, oh,
it's relentless.
Yeah, you're not sure what coat to put on. Now it feels like, and it's that brilliant part of the Friday as well, when everyone starts coming to the city, they're all getting off the trains, the girls are in rollers and stuff like that, like the lads are all coming in for the weekends and they all look
everyone's
fresh
dragging a bag.
Yeah, they look fresh as anything.
Hey, Shaun.
Stag
do, Shaun.
So, yeah, he's just going to join one. See which one takes his fancy.
6 or 7 just laps on at the back. No, I know Pete.
That's one of them t-shirts.
It's like that. I think he's a cousin of the bride also. She said he had to come.
And going from there. No, it is. It's great to see, and hopefully the weather is turning. John makes the poetic point, Keo, that we hope the football's going to turn at some point. There was a moment last night, in fact longer than a moment, I think it was about 25 minutes where you thought, either onto something here. It arguably stops either with the Salah miss or with the handball that's not given. And they just can't find it again second half. I think that's a bit of credit to Atalanta. I just think in general, I'm worried. If I say I'm worried about legs, what I'm worried about is that everyone's legs look like they're in different positions. So Trent's coming back from an injury. He's got coming back from an injury legs. McAllister looks like he's got played too much football legs. I think Robertson looks pretty much all right. He's got normal legs because he had 13 weeks off. Then you're going into attack where Jota's coming back. Yeah. Salah looks like he's carrying it. That's my biggest concern, really. Not so much the other little bits in that. I don't think they're playing particularly well. But that can come and that can say. What I'm worried about is just the legs, that they're all in different places now.
You're not the only one, you know, as well. I think a few people have said that, well, I think everyone can see this with the past few games, that looks, I was starting to worry about 2 weeks ago. They're starting to look like a bridge too far. They're starting to look like they're running out of steam a little bit. But I'm going to stay positive with it. I'm going to go with you, how quickly things can change. I'm hoping that the realisation of that's it in Europe with Jürgen now last night really, really kicks them up the arse for the next 6 games. And they win the next 6 games, then, and they don't win the league, I'm not going to sit here angry or having a go at them in any way, shape or form. So just take each game as it comes. You've got to start with a win on Sunday. It's absolutely massive, and there's no room for anything but 3 points in my opinion.
The shame is as well, they obviously score, which was nice against Atalanta, get the early goal. I'd like them to have got another one, even if it had then gone 2-1. Off the basis of the fact, firstly, I'd like them to quite like them to get one from open play, but also secondly, just in general, Shaun, you want them to feel that little bit of momentum, and in the end, as I say, it starts and you're feeling all the momentum that it dissipates is a bit of a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, I mean the game played out a bit differently to what I thought really.
Same,
I thought we might have to soak up a bit of pressure, to be honest. First 20, first 30, and then we'll go after them in the second half. As it turned out, we turned up like the Harlem Globetrotters in the first 25 minutes. It was genuinely mad. I was watching it, couldn't believe what I was seeing, to be honest, because I thought, wow, they've got it, it's clicked, the back type thing. Obviously you get the early goal and you can't even say we didn't kick on from there, because we battered the door down, do you know what I mean? And I think it was the Salah miss that changed the game, to be honest. I think that's when, because of the run we've been on, doubt starts creeping in. You miss that chance, you're like, oh, is this happening again? And then all of a sudden, even as much as we were sort of huffing and puffing second half, I agree with you, Atalanta deserve some credit, because they did sort of come out second half and just man mark us properly out the game. But yeah, you just want to see them score a goal. I think goals change everything, don't they? And if something just goes our way, just a little bit of luck, then I think you're talking about a different thing today.
As a side point, do you reckon people in Harlem refer to the Harlem Globetrotters as much as people in Liverpool?
No.
Do you reckon in Harlem they're saying, they started there like Liverpool 87-88? Liverpool 87-88, oh yeah, absolutely. I get that reference, as it's going all the way through. There is, I think the goals will I think, this is how quickly I think it can turn, and I think that is the point, John, is that something goes in, a little bit of luck, and then they can build on that, and I think Sunday is a good time for that. Obviously it is, it's a good time to get any win, but I think if they could get themselves ahead, show stability, show strength, and then maybe get themselves another one. You know, all I'm looking for really on Sunday, off the back of last night and off the back of what you get to see last night, and there are positives, real positives. I was surprised actually how intense the tide of negativity's been. For instance, I think Trent's great for 50 minutes, and then clearly he's not fit. But, you know, I thought Jones does really, really well all the way through the game. I thought he was the brightest spark in the middle. There's things to build on there, things to hook on. They could just do with, last night they could have done with, and they could just do with a little bit of luck.
Yeah, listen, there's a couple of key moments, isn't there, that you wanted to sort of go another way, and for everyone to talk about the second half and the fact that we didn't create anything, there is the one that the Gakpo goes through the middle, and he just sort of, you know, he does really well. It's a really good run, but he tries to control it, and it goes a little bit too high, doesn't it? And then his pass to Szoboszlai lies a bit behind him, and that was a real sort of opening for an opportunity. In the end, it doesn't count towards a shot because Salah's offside, and you know, when it sort of flicks back to him. But there was that little opening there where you think, well, could have had a little bit of luck, but also they could have sort of dealt with it a little bit better. And
it's both. It is both.
Yeah,
they need to play a little bit better. They could get a little bit of luck.
Yeah, it is both. But that was a moment where they did get it, even though you know, we're saying that Atalanta changed the second half and sort of shut it down. That was an opening that was there, and we weren't able to make anything from it. I just hope if they can get one from open play against Fulham, then the game will just start to feel a little bit easier. They'll be like, oh yeah, we sort of can do it. Really, I think the team is what I was, you know, Keir was talking before about the idea of single focus, and I think they're good at that. I think they got to the point even last season, and listen, last season we were in a worse position than we were now, fucking hell. We were 8th or 9th at the moment going into that Leeds game, and they go there and turn them over out of nowhere. They win sort of 6-0 or something, isn't it? Just out of nowhere, it just sort of clicks, and then suddenly the goals are sort of going in, and then that's single purpose. They know what they need to do now, and this team generally has done well when they've had that.
I think that we need a game where it happens, where the chances that we're creating every week, it doesn't become one of them games. I said this at Old Trafford, I said it last night, it can't be one of them games. And the Salah miss, you're saying there, the worry is, I think that is the turning point there, because I think the heads go a little bit when and it's one of them nights again. It's happening to us again. It happened last week, it happened at Old Trafford, it happened at Palace. I think that's me worry. I don't want their heads to drop and think that we're doomed here, like we're a bit cursed, not meant to be this. I
just don't want them to feel sorry for themselves. And this is where I do understand people's frustration last night. I got to the point on about 70 last night. I was just a bit like, lads, it's all right to get beat or not go through. Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Like, and if you miss a chance, don't drop your head and think, oh, it's not meant to be, it's against us. How many chances we creating and not scoring? Keep going. And get one in early against Fulham. And go put 3 or 4 past them, all of a sudden it'll feel completely different approach in the last 5 games because it's clicked. And the same click gets used at the start of the season and still getting used at the end of the season. The point is, don't lose your heads, and if you miss a couple of chances, you understand that you're probably going to create another 30 in the second half. Just make sure you take them, do you know what I mean?
I think don't lose your heads is key for us as well, though. Like,
absolutely.
That's hard.
I'm telling myself this every 5 minutes.
But the side of negativity, I honestly, like, it has shocked me a little bit.
Today, I'm shocked by a little bit.
It is a bit mad. Like, you think about us with 2 points off the top, like, literally within such a distance. Every title race we've been in on the Jurgen Klopp, we've probably been 2 points off the top around this time. Do you know what I mean? We've never been sort of in the lead and marching apart from the year we win it. Obviously, I feel like I'm. If you're looking at form and you're looking at Sunday and going, can we go there and win? You're a bit nervous. You think, where's the goal going to come from? But if you take a step back and go, actually, look at this team, look at this manager. We can just not lose our heads a bit, and I think that'll help the team. Do you know what I mean?
Well, what I'm finding a little bit hard with the reaction to your point there, it's 2 points off the top. And I understand that people's attitude is like, well, we've been here before, and it's not come through for us. So what's the alternative? Would you rather not be here? There's a bit of me that makes me...
So I 27 points clear or bust?
That is like the only way it can ever be. But there's that, but also I just sort of think that if we're not careful, and this is the mentality that cannot come in the other side of Jurgen Klopp, you've got to be prepared to lose big if you're going to win big. So for us to take this to the final day, we could take this to the final day and lose. But then we've took it to the final day and then we've lost. So we could win 6 games and the City do the same thing again. And what are we all meant to do? Say, I wish we'd just come forth and got 15 fewer points and had fewer laughs and watched Liverpool win less. I think that everyone's just got, genuinely, and I understand, as I say, because the last thing everyone wants is that feeling of absolute overwhelming, crushing disappointment. I do get that. But there's a bit of me that goes, but unless you risk getting the crushing disappointment, John, you're not getting the fucking great moments. This is it. These are the options, I'm afraid. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, and you can't, have the adventure without it being possible that it can go both ways, and we need to strap ourselves in for the possibility of that you know, we want to win, and if we do win on Sunday, then listen, as I say, things change quickly, and then you're going into a Merseyside derby and you're coming off the back of a win and everyone's sort of feeling good again. You know, it can change, but like you say, we're in a position now where we can maybe do everything that we can, and it doesn't quite happen for us. I don't think that would happen. I think if we won all our games, we would win it. It's just a massive if, the moment, the way we play it. I accept that. You look a bit silly saying, we can win 6 games when you've just put in...
the last 2 or 3.
When you won the last 2 or 3. But I remember driving to Leeds and you were talking about the big 9 and I was like, fuck off. I don't even think we're winning tonight. And you were like, no. And then we nearly did it, you know what I mean? So it is possible. Anything is possible. And this team's proved that anything's possible. It's just, they need to pull together. We need to pull together. I think it'll be a good atmosphere on Sunday. Everyone I've spoken to who's going, and you know, there's 3 of us who are going down on Sunday, and Craig I'm going with as well. Like, everyone's going, yeah, do you know what? Like,
I'm up for it on Sunday, like, big time, yeah. My worry is, sorry, not my worry, with fans being a bit fickle today and the negativity is, you made a point there, at this point last season, 8th or 9th. Yeah. You just said to me at the start of this season, 6 games left, 3 points behind City, fancy it? And they're going, yeah. Like, all day, do you know what I mean? Like, that's massive, and I think, we've missed out a couple of times from this position, but as you say, like, would you rather be in it or not?
And you don't get prizes for throwing it in early.
Exactly, yeah.
No one goes, they don't go, you were very wise there. Knock around to the house with a laurel, put it around your neck, say it's right, sure.
Yeah, you didn't win it, but they called it, they weren't in April, so well done for that. Like, you don't get anything for that.
If you think about as well, like, in recent times when we have won the big things, like, there's always been a bit of adversity beforehand. So you think about when we win in Madrid, you've obviously got the Barcelona thing that happened, but we lose the league, like, literally the week before or a couple of weeks before that. That's a big, like, punch in the teeth. That's where everyone's sort of on the floor. Even when we win the league by, like, loads and loads of points, they have the COVID adversity where they don't know if it's going to happen or not. There's always something that comes before the big thing, so we've just got to enjoy it, I think.
We have indeed. We are in the Red Lion with Erdinger in Liverpool City Centre, where most definitely things are being enjoyed. Back in a minute or two, I'm going to get them to pick me a team for Fulham, see what they say.
And Erdinger, please.
Stop! Don't forget the best bit.
Pleasure as ever to be partners with Erdinger. They've been brilliant all year. If you are out and about this weekend, do get yourself a pint of Erdinger. I'm very much enjoying mine right now. We are in the Red Lion, one of Liverpool's grandest pubs at this stage of proceedings. Tons and tons of taxidermy. If you're looking for some taxidermy, you might want to get yourself down to the Red Lion. It's right there, yeah.
Stare the keel.
Yeah, really get him. You might say we get a cutaway of him for you. I just want you to know he's in Keogh's head big time. Big time. Relentless. Absolutely relentless work that is with them going to Fulham, Shaun. He'll have a temptation, I think, around a little bit of rotation. That's what he's done all the way through the campaign. I think I'm all right with that everywhere on the pitch, apart from the back 5. I do feel a little bit now like he's got his goalkeeper and he's got his back 4. And I think where he can pick them, he should keep picking them. That's just me, though. You might think otherwise.
No, completely agree. Like, we kept a clean sheet last night, didn't we? So I think that's really important. That's probably... You listen to Van Dijk after the game, he speaks about that. You know, Jürgen mentions it in his post-press conference. I think that's like a big thing for
this. It's been on the mind, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been on the mind, clearly. And I think that he has got them back now. So, you know, what the 6 games to go, just use them, keep them there. That's what I'd be doing anyway.
Should we go with the same back 5?
I'd be tempted to go the same team. Just ask them to go again, to be honest with you. I don't think there's necessarily anyone who came off the bench the other night who's saying, like, you've got to pick me. Darwin looks like his head's completely gone, do you know what I mean? I'm hoping he comes back, but, you know, he didn't sort of show anything off the bench or in recent starts. You know, to me, I don't think Jota's shown anything yet. You know, you could argue to say, well, you need to get him on the pitch. And listen, that worked for Trent, didn't it? Because, you know, he sort of started work for Varbo. So there's maybe an argument to say, well, you know, if the forwards aren't firing, then maybe throw Jota in and hope he gets into some sort of rhythm, you know, through the game. So maybe you can sort of bring Jota in. But apart from that, I'm not sort of seeing loads. I'd rather, you know, give Endo a little bit longer than maybe then bring him in for Everton. So for me, like, I won't be surprised if he says go again, and I don't think anyone off the bench can really sort of moan too much if he does that. I think Elliott's a better sub, and I think he found it tough against Fulham in the League Cup, with everything sort of going on, and I think, I just pick the same 11 personally. There's no one for me who I'd be thinking, I really need to get that person back into the team, with the maybe exception of Endo, but I'd rather give him a bit longer off.
I think I agree with John, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know how many times he's played the same team 2 weeks or 2 games on the bounce. I know we've been limited by injuries and stuff like that, but I know the minutes thing is massive for them at the minute. There's times where players are going off and I'm like, why is he taking him off? Because he's been told he can do 60, and that's the way it is, because there's games left, you know what I mean? And we've been scarred by Trent coming back and getting pushed too soon, and Salah coming back and pushed too soon and getting re-injured. There's no time for like re-injuring Jota now, or re-injuring Endo now, do you know what I mean, or something like that. So I would potentially, I think that's the best team. I just don't know whether he's going to do that, whether he'll mix it up a little bit and just carry on doing what he's been doing with the rotation, because there is 6 games left, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Jota's the big one for me. I know he hasn't sort of come bursting back into form, but I think that it seems that we are finding it so hard to score from open play. I think he's just someone who can just nick you a goal, no matter how sort of fit he is or whatever. Like, when we look like we're struggling for a bit of creativity up there, or we're just sort of hitting a brick wall, I feel like he's the one who could maybe just pull you out of it.
It's the chances. We're making so many chances every game, and he does convert chances. If you give him 5-10 chances, he's going to score. When we give him 5-10 chances, he's still rolling the dice.
Yeah. So you do Jota?
I'll do Jota, yeah.
You do Jota?
I probably would do Jota, yeah, but I don't know actually, because I agree with John. We kept a clean sheet last night. We won the game, and that's probably our strongest side. You know what I mean?
I think it's harsh on Gakpo, but I think it's tough to...
You get to the full 90 is what I would say. If you were going to think about that from the minute's point of view, and then maybe you got him back in them for Everton or something like that, you know, because I do wonder whether or not that's your one that you do in attack. I think he might do one in attack, and I think he might do one in midfield. I'm not quite sure who those ones are. I hasten to add in that. I think you can... I'd be annoyed if he doesn't start Jones, because I think he looks like he's put a couple of games together now a little bit.
You could see him getting his rhythm. I wasn't as abusive as Jones as you were in that game, I thought, but you could see him sort of getting back to... He's a rhythm player, isn't he? And he's like a metronome in the team, and so he sort of needs it. I thought first half he was a bit hit and miss, but second half he was probably our best player, and I think now you've just got to be careful with the minutes, haven't you, sort of coming back, but it does feel like now you're getting him into a rhythm.
Especially when we're in control as well, he's brilliant. When Liverpool in control of the game, he's absolutely brilliant.
I'm not as... I think McAllister looks to me just like a footballer who can do the rest. Yeah. I think you're beginning to get to the point now where you've ran him about as much as Brighton do. It's worth saying he's great for Brighton last season, and he's been great for us. But Brighton they had a little bit of a mini FA Cup run, but they didn't have any European last season. You know, he's not that far away from hitting the same sort of number of starts he hit last season with Brighton. We've still got 6 games left.
Well, you could pull McAllister out, pick Endo, and then maybe pick both of them against Everton. Maybe look to do that.
I think if it wasn't like the last 6 and this sort
and
of...
we need to win so much.
I think he probably would look to do that, but I think he just sees McAllister as his guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, I think he does. So maybe that one. You think they're going to win it?
I hope so.
I don't like them. I think that they're a tricky opponent for us here. I'm not that... You know, I'm not saying to flip them and Everton at this point, because he's never beaten Everton in daylight at Goodison Park, the manager.
Oh, that's a mad start.
They probably got that on the side of their ground somewhere.
Well, flip side is he's always beat them at night. And we're going there at night, so I'm quite, with that. So I wouldn't flip them. I wouldn't be that averse to us having West Ham. If I could flip this one on West Ham, I wouldn't be against that, because I think West Ham look a bit... Oh, God, it's been a bit hard for us as well recently, boys. Because I think they're tricky, aren't they, John? I think they're a typical, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile team, and I think we're giving people too many inches at the minute.
As well, like, people say, like, oh, you want to play against teams who are on the beach, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I thought that with Palace last week. I was on the way up, I was driving up, and on 5 Live, they were like, oh, Liverpool will steamroll them today, and I'm like, shut up, will you? Like, I wasn't sure at all. I was sure, and not just because of our form, but I think if you're a team like Palace or a team like Fulham, when you've got nothing to play for, you can sort of express yourself a bit more than they're going to just have a nice day in the sun, on the river, on Sunday, we're playing against Liverpool, let's all have a bit of a go.
On the telly R4, everyone's watching, big one.
Let's all have a bit of a go and see what happens, do you know what I mean? Whereas I'd rather play a team who were a bit nervy, who were at the bottom, people say they're fighting for their lives, but you do stupid things, do you know what I mean? I'd rather play that, so I think it is a banana skin, but I'm just hoping that like I say, like they've done in the past when it's a fairly new team, but there's enough of them that when they need to click into gear, they hopefully will. And yeah, maybe a 2 or a 3-1. 3-1 would be nice.
3-1 would be nice. You'd have a lovely time. You'd be there. And it's you're down by the river, you're down in the sunshine, the three of you there, chilling out on the Erdinger, having the time of your lives, reminiscing about your days, watching the Harlem Globetrotters. It's been a pleasure. As ever, thanks to Sam for filming the whole thing, the Red Line for having us, Erdinger for this sort of carry on indeed. Let Liverpool continue to be sunny. Let it change like that.